Good day, sir. Our report supposedly is the chapter 9, which is the managing internal audit function, and the topic assigned to me is the exhibit 9-4, which is the three lines of defense model. So, what is the lines of defense model? For example, that many organizations have a multiple avenues for ensuring that they operate within the risk appetite. For example, organizations, they're operating in a highly regulated environment, in particular, have the need to demonstrate that they have and mitigate the many risks that threaten them. So, why many organizations are using techniques or strategy by mitigating the risk. And one of the example of this is the line of defense model. We have first, second, and third line of defense model. So this is the model of the line of defense. The first line is the management owns and takes responsibility for assessing the mitigating risk and for maintaining effective internal controls. This internal line of defense is non-independent of management. This first line of defense is management controls and internal control measures. The second line of defense is include the financial controller, risk management, compliance, and the health of safety, environmental, and quality assurance. The second line of defense is different areas within the organization work together to assist in risk mitigation by facilitating and monitoring the risk management efforts of the organization. These areas are also involved in the communication of applicable risk-related information. This internal line of defense also is non-independent of management. The internal audit function coordinates with these areas by partnering on risk assessments, soliciting, and providing feedback on changing areas of the organization. These coordination efforts do not compromise the independence or objectivity of the internal audit function. Next is the third line of defense. This include the internal audit. This is difference between the first and second line of defense because the third line of defense is independent to the management. In order to understand, we go back to the first line of defense. This first line of defense is on operational management. The first line of defense is handled by frontline and middle line managers who have day-to-day ownership and management over risk and controls. This group owns the risk and executes the corresponding controls to enhance the likelihood that the organization's objectives are achieved. Next is the second line of defense. This defense, internal monitoring and oversight functions. This second line of defense is put in place to support senior management by bringing expertise and monitoring alongside the first line to ensure that risks and controls are properly managed. Essentially, this is a management and oversight function that owns aspect of the risk management process. Second line function may develop, implement, or modify internal control and risk processing of the organization. Depending on the organization size and industry, the composition of the second line can vary significantly. The third line of defense is include the internal audit. The third line of defense provides assurance to senior management and the board of the first and second line efforts are consistent with expectations. So as the first line of defense, this is include the operational managers. They are owned to manage the rest. They are also responsible for implementing corrective actions to address process and control the defenses. Kasi kung manager ka, kailangan mo makita yung organization or yung yung company mo na as a whole, and you make sure that your solutions are implemented by other plans. For example, have your plan A, plan B, or plan C. So what is the rule of the three lines of defense model? So this can help the enhances to understand understanding of risk management and control by clarifying the rules and duties. The model is provide guidance for implemented structure and assign rules and responsibilities of parties to increase the effective management control of the rest of control. The underlying premise of the model is that through the oversight of management,